Uh, this is sort of a follow-up to the last video of what I experienced. Remember, I've this is one of the reasons why I've said this a couple of times, but I don't like to repeat myself because this is how it works when you communicate to people who it is that you are, and then people share information back and forth on what they're experiencing, what they know, what they don't know, what they think they know, what they believe in, all how all the rest of that. I mean, let's get honest here, okay? I mean, where the rubber hits the pavement, right? And that is that I have no way to verify that the Bible, this, in other words, the stories. I'm not talking about the individual words that have particular spiritual meaning, like when we talk about love your brother. Yeah, I do that. Okay, so in other words, I can resonate with that. So there's certain things that you know that are true about energy and spirit with the soul. Okay, what I'm talking about is allegories, or what we call a story with characters. Okay, so when I think about, for example, the Old Testament and the New Testament, it's blatantly obvious. All you got to do, and I forget exactly where, I know that it's, I believe it's in Genesis, where it says, I shall have no other gods before me. I am a jealous God. That's all you need to know. Okay? Jealousy, huh? That's like you will obey me. That's fear-based. And that's when I realized that particularly in the Old Testament, and you go back to the Hebrew, the tribes, and you really have to tie all of this into the 12 clans, the original 12 clans and tribes of Mother Earth, the real Mother Earth, and the other 12, and if you will, now 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati, which are RH negative. Okay? You got to put, it really does. This is one of the reasons I love Karen Ann McDonald and Patty Broussard and Andrew Mallett that launched Project Ascension, that revealed a lot of this information. But nevertheless, I've always known this since I was a child, okay, that I'm not required to believe anything that you say because I'm not what you are. You are what you are, which means I could never see you again. Whoops, like ships in the night, right? Because think about this in terms of numbers and experiences. When you've spent most of your life in nature, you want to start counting sheep on how many things are happening all around you at once by everything that is there or that is alive and living in those moving pictures. Like all the trees, all the seeds, all the plants, all the bugs, all the birds, all the microorganisms. How much is actually taking place in which you are in that energy field with your consciousness, with your soul, with your spirit. That's a lot of stuff. So there's a lot happening, right? Okay, so you realize that you have a relationship with all of that. So I have a relationship with a dog. I have a relationship with a cat. I have a relationship with cockroaches. I got relationships with all kinds of stuff. So these are called relationships, or what I call intersections with a tetrahedron, four-way burn patterns, right? So now we get into what we call the ACV stuff, because I know that Yellow Rose went up there, including Anna von Reitz, talked about accepted for value, right? So I had put a post up years ago to Karen McDonald, and she went, wow. Okay. And it's simple. And that is, and my good friend, Lay, who's a Lemurian, would tell folks, and when they would confront her or approach her and say, hey, listen, we're willing to offer you money, okay, for the knowledge and the ability